Hi, everyone. It's Kayla again, and I'm here to just drop in and let you know exactly what's going on with the episode this week. So last week, we released an episode from USBS about the actual first gold rushes. I hope you guys enjoyed that because we certainly did. I mean, using a piece of gold as a doorstop honestly doesn't get any better than that. Well, this week is a lot different than what you were used to. This is an episode where you kind of get to see mine and Leah's personalities a little bit more than you usually do. So what we did is we have called this USBS WTF News. And we find news articles, I read them to Leah, get her reactions, and essentially chaos ensues. You'll know how it goes. So just a little bit of a content warning. As usual, there's no language or anything like that in this episode. I will say there's some innuendo that might touch a little bit on a line. For example, reptile disfunction. So just a heads up on that. But I hope you guys enjoy this episode. We have another WTF news that actually went out to our Patreon feed last week. And if you would also like to be a part of the fun, you can go to patreon.com/onenationundercrime. And there's a multitude of categories that you can be in. You'll get something in the mail from us. There's tons of extra content that we are putting out over there. So we hope that you guys enjoy. So I won't keep you guys in suspense any longer. Let's go ahead and get to the episode. Welcome to the Patreon.
Welcome.
And this is not your typical One Nation Under Crime. We have discussed this several times. You are not new here. You are a patron, so you know this. These are the episodes that we call USBS.
Yes.
And while we have played around with the format of USBS, this is taking a left turn.
Kayla's done something and she won't tell me what, and she's got the cat and the cream face.
You know, it's the little Cheshire grin that I have.
She's freaking me out, man.
It just is what it is. But I told Leah she would appreciate this.
Do I get to sing?
Absolutely not. And
I have a beautiful voice.
I mean, I agree, but
thanks.
Not now. These are
riddles.
I have a new name for this spinoff segment, but telling you the name would give it away. We're going to say this about these episodes. I have ensured that Leah has had a drink or two. I will say that.
A glass.
You've had 2 glasses
of wine.
I have
rosé.
made sure that we're a little loosey-goosey for this. That's what we'll say for this episode. So it is, oh goodness, I am beyond excited for this. Are you ready? Would you like to see what's going to happen?
I want to know. I want to know if he... I'm sorry.
I literally just said no singing. Literally.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
I do.
Girl, you better
Baby
back
would
it
be
on
scared
up.
to get out of it too, trust me.
I ain't scared of you.
Not today.
I ain't scared of
I'm
you.
not in the mood to be that today. It's fine.
See, you don't even know.
It's
You
one
can't
of
even
these
put words
days.
together.
So
What?
we're going to start what Leah is going to figure out what I have been doing today. And this is a fun segment.
Okay. I hate surprises. I haven't prepared.
Nope. You're ready. So what we are doing,
My heart is racing.
I have found some news articles.
Oh no, current events. I suck at those.
Do you not trust me?
I do trust
I mean,
you.
okay then. So you know this is a good time. So what I'm going to do, you're not going to get the headline because as always in a news story, the headline always gives it away. And after I read this first one, I will tell you what this segment of bonus episode sections will be called.
Oh, dear.
This is from April 27th of 2022. A Monterey County man who has last month used police-type lights to pull over another driver who will be sentenced to 2 years in prison, the district attorney's office said. The driver, whom Clement Martinez had performed the bogus traffic stop, was an off-duty sheriff sergeant. The incident occurred shortly after 3 a.m. on March 6th. Martinez had activated the flashing red and blue lights in the grille of his Chevrolet Malibu to pull over what he didn't know was an off-duty police officer. The officer pulled over, but Martinez did not get out of his own car. He ended up driving away. The sergeant followed him while calling the Greenfield police, and Martinez was arrested in front of his own house 3 blocks away. Martinez, 27, was found to have a blood alcohol level of 0.1%, the arrest report said. He was also driving with a suspended license because of prior DUR convictions. To be specific, 5 of them going back to 2012.
No.
Martinez reportedly told the arresting officer that he pulled over the sergeant with the intent of warning him against driving while intoxicated.
Oh.
In an announcement Tuesday, the district attorney's office said that Martinez pleaded no contest to felony drunk driving and impersonating a police officer and will receive a stipulated 2-year prison sentence.
Florida man.
The title of this is Fake Cop Who Pulled Over Real Cop While Drunk Will Go to Prison.
Nice.
And we are calling this special edition USBS WTF News. I have pulled several news articles over, we'll say, first half of this year. For first, all of the beginning of 2022. I have pulled specifically appalling news stories that just, they make you think, what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, come again? What did they do?
How are they walking?
So I figured this is a nice break from our usual history and actual crime that we cover on our regular feed. While this is not always going to be what we cover for USBS, unless this is what everybody likes, then we'll keep doing it. But now you see why we needed a couple drinks. We had to really just get into this mindset of where we're going.
Okay.
So,
we could sing it.
Nope. On to the next story.
Killjoy.
Let me tell you guys.
My talents are being wasted.
You're fine. These articles. All right. This is another April 2022 article.
All right. April's where it's happening.
Yep. Again, not reading you the title of the articles. We're you're gonna see where this journey takes us.
Okay.
I'm gonna read it in my best newscaster voice.
It was a very good newscaster voice.
A woman who accidentally dropped her phone into the hole of a vault toilet fell in while trying to retrieve it and was trapped for more than an hour.
I have a visual.
Isn't
her feet?
It wonderful. The incident occurred Tuesday afternoon near the parking lot at the summit of Mount Walker, a 2,800-foot mountain at the edge of Washington's Olympic National Park. The woman, described only as a Californian in her 40s, was trying to retrieve the phone that had fallen into the toilet. She disassembled and removed the seat so that she could lie down and lean into the hole, clinging with one hand to the dog leash she had tied to a support. The leash, quote, failed, and she slid into and fell head first into the vault.
That's a crappy situation,
The fire department's report said. After about 20 minutes of unsuccessfully attempting to climb out, she used her now retrieved phone to call 911. Rescue crews responded from the Brennan and Quillance fire departments, each about 10 miles away. They handed down items that she could stand on, and when she was within their reach, they pulled her out. She suffered no physical injuries. The patient was washed down and given a suit to wear, the account said. She was strongly encouraged to seek medical attention because of her immersion in human waste.
Okay.
She thanked the responders and continued her journey back to California. It concludes, vault toilets on national recreation land generally have a pit at least 5 feet deep that are able to hold more than 500 gallons of waste.
Okay.
And the title is California Woman Drops Phone into Outhouse, Falls in Head First, and Gets Stuck.
Okay. So I want to know what items they put in there to help her get out.
I don't know, but I don't want them back.
And I mean,
Bad.
I mean,
There's nothing really to say about it, honestly.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna? I understand that a phone is expensive. I understand you have lots of pictures on your phone. Are you really going to use that phone after it's been there?
Mm-hmm.
And then she's there. I mean, y'all may not know what I look like. I've got a lot of hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's big.
It's got to go after that. It's got to go after that.
I mean, I cannot imagine.
Now, I will say
all of it immersed in the waste and the paper and the things. And y'all, I don't know if you've ever used an outhouse, which is what I'm assuming this is.
That's what they say it is.
I mean, I have used one. I have made the mistake of looking down. I cannot imagine doing that. I mean, I'm just saying I would have, found someone and been like, hey, do you have a go-go gadget arm tool grabber thing that could help me retrieve my phone?
Yeah.
Like my travel buddy that's with me, can you stop anybody from using this and getting more waste on top of my phone?
Knowing the fact that they had to hand her stuff to stand on,
I mean,
how far down did you think you could reach?
But here's the thing. She is heavier than the phone. So it is possible that the phone
this is true.
It's just landed lightly on the top. But then she is a full-grown woman, so she went kerplunk.
Right.
So I'm just saying, if she had just, said, hey, I'm not going to be able to reach it from here. Let's get somebody else involved to help me.
I don't think you even do that at that point. I just think you're like, you know what? I needed a new phone anyways. This was the sign from the universe.
I'm just saying, if you need to retrieve that phone, then you get someone else involved that maybe has some sort of long, stretchy, grabby device that could assist you. Don't put your faith in a dog leash secured to probably some hard plastic outhouse, something. I'm just saying,
I get it.
Let's MacGyver this.
Again, people are not intelligent. So there's that. All right. Are you ready for our next story?
Sure. I'm ready.
Someone isn't getting through security. Transportation Security Administration officers at Boston's Logan International Airport discovered a long blade inside a traveler's cane.
Oh, dear.
The man said that he, quote, had no idea the blade was there.
Of course not.
TSA spokesperson Dan Velez said in a tweet. After being questioned by Massachusetts State Police, the man surrendered the cane and was cleared to continue his travels. It's not uncommon for blades to be concealed in seemingly ordinary objects. On the same Thursday, a passenger attempted to make it through airport security with a dagger concealed in a hairbrush handle at Ithaca Tompkins Regional Airport, according to a tweet from TSA spokesperson Lisa Farbstein. Some carry-on items may be prohibited even if they appear not to be, like a cane with a hidden sword, said the TSA's website.
Are you done?
And the title is, Traveler Told TSA He Had No Idea a Sword Was Concealed in His Cane.
I mean, they never do.
Never.
Have you? Okay, I follow TSA on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, their posts
funny.
are hilarious. Whoever is in charge of their Instagram, hilarious. And the creativity. I mean,
really, honestly,
kudos to the people.
They need an award.
I mean, oh my gosh. But of course, they had no idea there was a blade in it. I mean, are you getting Lucius Malfoy vibes?
Maybe he did. Like maybe the guy. I mean, I would like to know where he's traveling to, where he's traveling from.
Right?
He's in Boston.
I want to know who's out to get him.
Look, stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. We also know this. He is traveling in Boston. Is his last name Genovese? Is he one of the 5 families?
Somebody giving an offer he couldn't refuse.
Taking a long walk off a shore pier and with some cement shoes. And what are we going to see is what's going to happen. I'm just saying. Interesting enough. So.
Just saying. But yes, if you do not follow the TSA on Instagram, please do.
Correct.
Because you will.
It's great.
Yes, you will get much laughter. You will get much laughter.
All right, on to our next story. This one we'll put in the category of stupid criminals.
Oh, bless
That's what we'll put it.
I've heard lots of fun stories.
Well, a man who deserted from the Navy 45 years ago was caught because he got a COVID vaccination under someone else's name. Jerry Leon Blankenship, 65, of Newport, Tennessee, was sentenced on Monday to 25 months in prison after pleading guilty in federal court in Greensville, Tennessee, to aggravated identity theft and fraud involving a Social Security number. Court documents say Blankenship had been living for decades under another man's name to avoid punishment for walking away from his military posting in 1977, shortly after completing his basic training. He was, quote, dishonest about his name with almost everyone, including his girlfriend of 30 years. He and his 49-year-old girlfriend and the mother of his 3 children run a home repair business in Newport, east of Knoxville. She is the daughter of a woman Blankenship married in the 1980s and apparently never divorced, according to the documents cited in Greenville, Tennessee. One person who did know of the deception was a woman Blankenship dated after he went AWOL. It was she who had suggested that he take the identity of the man who had fathered her child, said a sentencing memo written by Blankenship's lawyer. Though their relationship was short-lived, she provided him all of the information he needed to perpetuate the ruse. The man whose name was Blankenship was using identified in court documents as RTC, lived 70 miles away in Avery County, North Carolina. He had been plagued by identity theft problems for years, but had never been able to pin down exactly who was using his name. The break came in March of 2021 when Blankenship got a COVID-19 vaccine under RTC's name at a Walgreens in Newport. The real RTC was notified of the vaccination. He alerted authorities, giving them the address associated with the imposter. Store surveillance video proved an image of the man who had gotten the shot. Because the imposter had received a driver's license in RTC's name, the case was investigated by the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Blankenship was arrested in May of 2021 and confessed to the identity theft. Following his release from prison, he will be on supervised release for 3 years. It is also expected that he will face a military tribunal for his desertion. And the title is Navy Deserter Who Hid for 45 Years Was Caught Because of COVID Shot.
I mean, I'm just saying.
His girlfriend of 30 years, who he had 3 children with, had no idea.
Okay.
And then his previous girlfriend had given him the information of her child's father to use.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave.
To skirt by the law.
I mean,
because why not?
Lying is wrong.
I mean, just interesting. Interesting all.
I mean, I'm impressed that he was able to pull that off for as long as he did. I will say that is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's wrong.
I'm gonna let you choose the next one. We have two left to choose from, both of interesting, varying degrees. So I'm gonna let you choose.
Why can't we do both?
We're going to do both. I want you to choose which one you want to hear last or you want to hear first. Understand? Okay. All right. 1. Someone was trying to sneak past Border Patrol.
Oh, no.
Or a mom who went to a card game and then had to call 911.
Okay, let's do Border Patrol last. That has to be the more entertaining one.
It's not. It is worse, and I'll do this one to soften. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll do the Border Patrol one last to soften the blow before we get there, because it's pretty bad.
Okay.
Get my news reporter voice on. South Dakota music teacher was arrested after his mother served his cannabis brownies at her card game, resulting in multiple 911 calls. A 46-year-old man reportedly told police he wasn't aware his mother had taken the brownies to a gathering on January 4th at the Senior Center in Tabor, a town of 400 people near Yankton. Later that evening, dispatchers received emergency calls reporting possible poisonings. Police found that all of the patients had been at the card game and had all eaten the brownies. The following morning, police contacted the woman who had brought the brownies. She gave them the leftovers and said that they had been baked by her son. Police then went to the town's elementary school where the son worked. He told them that he had made the brownies with THC butter that he had brought back from a visit to Colorado. He said he was asleep when his mother left for the card game. The man was charged with 1 count of possession of a controlled substance, a Class 5 felony. If convicted, he could face up to 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Police seized a half pound of the THC butter that remained. The title of this one was Mom Took His Brownies to Serve at Her Card Game. Then the 911 calls started.
Okay, so I want to know in what capacity he worked at a school.
It said he was a music teacher.
Oh, music teacher. I
South Dakota music teacher.
Okay. That tracks. I bet he probably lost his job.
I'm going to say he did. Well, considering it's a class 5 felony, I'm going to say he did because it is illegal in South Dakota, apparently, because it was an illegal substance that he was in possession of, is what it said. Interesting.
Hey, thanks, Mom.
Yeah. He would have been totally fine if she just... First of all, this also implies that he lives
at home
with his mother, which is fine. It's fine. We've been in a pandemic. People are going through hard times. I get it.
But Mom, why'd you take my brownies?
But he was also 46. So there's that. Maybe his mother was living with him.
Maybe
we'll
Mom
go that way.
Maybe Mom needed some help.
She was going to a card game at the senior center, so
maybe that was
no telling.
Maybe that's how she had interaction.
Look, get yourself a good night's sleep. I'm sure these senior citizens hadn't had a good night's sleep in years. You just go to bed, get yourself a good night's sleep, wake up the next morning. Surely it didn't feel like you were poisoned. Like there's not.
Well, but if you, I mean, I don't know. I personally have not experienced. I don't know. So I mean, I would imagine if you don't know, if you don't expect there to be a feeling, I suppose, come on, and you start having some sort of woozy,
I guess it would really,
I don't know, feeling, and you're an elderly person, you're like, hey, am I having a stroke? Hey, is something go? I mean, because you're old and you're like,
Ethel, I see the white light.
I mean, think about that. If
George, it's the bathroom light.
But if you're not expecting to have these,
I mean, yes, I can.
And you're old.
I guess it would really, though, depend on how much butter he put in those brownies.
Well, sure.
That's a lot of butter. Like, that's a lot of butter.
I mean, sure.
There has to be a taste. Like, I'm telling you,
I don't know.
I'm telling you, there has to be a taste.
I will take your word for it. I don't know. But also my question is,
you have to know something's off.
Does it interact with medications also? I mean, I wonder if some people are on other medications. Does it interact with? I mean, I don't know.
With it being a depressant, I could see how maybe if you had blood pressure issues, possibly you could feel as though your blood pressure were dropping. I mean, that I could possibly see.
I don't know.
As far as direct, immediate, I am not a doctor nor a chemist. However, John D. Rockefeller is the reason that marijuana is illegal. Anyways, we don't have time to get into that right now. But I would think there are no major reactions between medications based on my knowledge that I know of the subject, which, I mean, not an expert, but I would say there's not a major interaction, but I would say possibly if you had low blood pressure, maybe you would notice that. You would I don't know. I'm just saying, look, all these old people at this nursing home, they were super chill that night. The women who were on night shift were like, dude, this is the easiest night we've ever worked. Like, I'm just saying, it wasn't terrible. Nobody was hurt. It didn't report that anyone was injured or hurt. I'm just saying, eat your brownies, vibe out for the night, and enjoy your time. And let the man go back to teaching his music class. I'm just saying.
I can understand that they will be weirded out because they were not aware that there was a mood enhancing substance. I can around,
see.
And so they were feeling something, and they didn't have an explanation for why.
You know the feeling when you stand up too fast, like just in general, you stand up too fast, you go woo, like a little.
Yeah, I do that a lot lately.
Okay, that feeling most likely.
Well, I mean, to an old person, that means they might fall out any second. Come on.
I
fall
mean,
risk. Fall risk.
I get it. I'm just saying. George and Ethel needed to eat a brownie and chill for the night. That's it. Like,
they were afraid they weren't going to make it to the bed. They were going to fall on the way, and they were going to have to press their life alert.
You know what?
Maybe they did press their life alert.
Maybe they did, honestly. But you know what? Then it's the good Lord. It's whoever you believe in's time to call you home at that point. Like, you have punched your clock. It is your time to go. When it is your time, you cannot escape it. Like, death and taxes are the two definite things in this lifetime that we have to deal with.
But still, it is human nature to be like, hey, something ain't right. Let me call the doctor and let's see what's going on.
I'm saying this sounds like a bunch of people who are probably the ones that might be a little high maintenance anyway. I'm saying this was
Ain't nothing wrong with being high maintenance.
I'm just saying this was not the chill card group to take these brownies to in the first place. Sounds like we had a little bit high maintenance people in this group who were probably the bane of their pharmacist's existence. Because let me tell you, working in a pharmacy, I can tell you the ones. And I'm just saying, a lot of people around them would have probably been very pleased that they ate themselves a little pot brownie and were just chill for the night and not bothering them. That's what I'm saying.
I understand that. I'm trying to look at all sides of the story.
I mean, I get it. I'm just saying sometimes there's just one side to the story. And I'm just saying that George and Ethel should have just been vibing and gone on about their life.
Why is it George and Ethel?
I don't know. Those were the two names I first came up with that sounded like older people names. So that's just what I went with. Ethel is where I started and then George is where we ended up. So I don't know.
Okay.
Ethel and George. I don't know if they would share a room at the nursing. No, I think it's, I don't know. I don't care about logistics. They should have just eaten the brownies and gone on about their life. All right. Our last. And Leah chose this to be the last.
You gave me choices.
I'm just telling you. Are we ready?
I guess so.
This is a story out of San Diego. We'll say that.
I know people there.
A man who tried to slither past U.S. border agents in California had 52 lizards and snakes hidden in his clothing, authorities said. The man was driving a truck when he arrived at the San Ysidro border crossing with Mexico on February 25th and was pulled out for an additional inspection, U.S. Customs and Border Protection said in a statement. Agents found 52 live reptiles tied up in small bags, quote, which were concealed in the man's jacket, pants pockets, and groin area. To which I say, is that a snake or are you just excited to see me? Anyways.
Don't want none. Okay, sorry.
9 snakes, 9 and 43 horned lizards were seized.
There's a joke there.
There is.
Okay.
I can't.
Just as long as we acknowledge, then we're good.
It should have been 69. Anyways, that's...
Moving right along.
Missed opportunity.
I mean, right?
Some of the species are considered endangered, authorities said.
They were in danger, faux show.
They were in danger of something.
Faux show.
It was that concealed anaconda. You think they thought it was a friend? Anyways.
He's looking at me.
Oh my God, he only has one eye. What a weirdo.
I was wondering if I should say that or not.
One eye. Dang. I wonder what happened to him. How long has he been in here? Anywho.
I love you. Oh, goodness.
Quote, smugglers will try every possible way to try and get their product, or in this case, live reptiles across the border, said Sydney Aki, Customs and Border Protection Director of Fields of Operations in San Diego. Quote, in this occasion, the smuggler attempted to deceive Border Patrol officers in order to bring these animals into the U.S. without taking care of the health and safety of the animals.
You know what I call that?
The man, a 30-year-old U.S. citizen, was arrested. subtitle of this article: Border authorities in California find 52 reptiles hidden in man's clothing.
Should have been titled Reptile Dysfunction.
Yes, it should have. But look, there's the bags. How do you fit that in your clothes?
Which ones were in his drawers?
I don't know, but it said they were all in his clothes. So these, like, that's not small.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out which one would have been in his drawers and how big was this man?
Look at that. Look at that one. Like, I mean, look at how big they are.
I'm trying to imagine which one would have been
telling you,
in his drawers with his junk.
One. These snakes were having a conversation, and they were like, one, who drew the short straw? Because compared to us, that's only a couple inches.
And
one
eye.
eye.
It's musty in here.
And he doesn't move. That's weird. Fred, I think he died. Oh, God.
Is that what's going to happen to us?
Oh, God. I mean, seriously. One missed opportunity. Should have had a better number than that.
And a better title.
Reptile. That is the best thing I've ever heard, honestly. Reptile. Oh, gosh. That is.
You're welcome.
So we've talked about our friends, A Date with Dateline, and so at the end of their episodes each week, that's what we might do. At the end of their episodes each week that they have, that's a Dateline episode, they come up with like Dateline titles, like what Dateline should have named the episode.
Well, we know that
yes. And one of the episodes dealt with someone who was wrongfully convicted, and they finally, after like a long time, got the prosecutor on the case. And her name was Leah Askey. So keep in mind, Dateline had covered this story many times, and they had been trying to so they had covered it 3 times already because the case was like progressing. Mm-hmm. And this was the 4th episode because they did a mini series. Oh my gosh, what is her name? They did Renee Zellweger. They did a mini series with Renee Zellweger. It was called The Thing About Pam. And it was Renee Zellweger. No, like this was this year that it came out. And she did fantastic playing this role. So anyways, Dateline was doing a follow-up, and they finally got the prosecutor for the case who wrongfully convicted the husband in the first place. The husband was completely innocent. It was this other crazy woman. This is a whole long saga that I don't have time to go into. But the prosecuting attorney's name was Leah Askey. And like I said, each episode they go through and they say, like, this is what the episode title should have been. Mm-hmm. Well, Keith Morrison, as we all know, Matthew LeBlanc's stepfather, anyways, he was the one interviewing the woman. And literally the entire interview was him looking at her like she is an idiot. Because she's just defending herself when she has no reason. She would have done better if she just went on and was like, yeah, I messed up. Like, that would have been way better than what she did.
That's unfortunate.
So I had the perfect alternative title. In this title, date would be in parentheses. Okay. Mm-hmm. So imagine that. Mm-hmm. Date is in parentheses. Putting Leah's ass key on the date line. Mm-hmm. Putting Leah's ass key on the line. How did no one come up with that? I'm just saying. It's how I named this podcast. That's the reason. I mean, this is my mind. Reptile. I can't.
I came up with that one now. Come on.
Now, I already said that's fantastic. That's the best thing I've ever heard. So, anyways, that was look at these things. Look, here's
I still want to know who was where.
There's the horned lizards.
Bless them.
I mean, one, they're actually kind of freaking cute. But two, that's in your pants. Maybe. We don't know. And is he wearing cargo shorts or pants? That's what I have to know, because that's the only thing yes, they were in one. I don't prefer snakes.
I prefer critters that have shoulders.
They're Mr. No shoulders and no legs, and I don't appreciate that. They always look like they have a secret, but you don't really know what it is.
I'm okay with them if somebody else is holding them or they're behind glass.
Glass I'm good with. I don't like when they just appear on a show, or if you're scrolling through TikTok and I get it. Some people fine, whatever. That's what you want to do. There is one that the girl inputs little audio over when he sticks his little tongue out. He's like this little itty bitty one, and he sticks his tongue out, and the audio is like these cute little noises and I was like, all right, that's freaking cute. And she sometimes puts little hats on him, like a little sombrero and stuff, and that's adorable. But yes, if they are behind a glass, I am fine with that. But I do not prefer snakes.
My brother had a pet snake.
No.
And his name was Cletus. He was a milk snake.
Those are mean.
No, too. Milk snakes aren't.
Yeah, no, they are. No, they are.
Cletus was not.
They're little
was
biters.
Not mean. And I was fine with him as long as my brother was holding him or he was in his cage. The way they move is cool. They're fun. And they really are. They're beautiful creatures. I just prefer not to have them on me. I will touch them if someone is holding them.
I will not. I don't like their shiftiness. I don't like their little eyes and their little mouth, because their little mouth kind of curls up in half a smile that indicates that they have a secret that they're not telling you.
And they can unhinge those jaws so big.
Can't. I can't stand it. Which, for those who do not know this about me, I legitimately have nightmares about snakes, nightmares. I am aware this does not make sense. I am also aware that it is, some may say, crazy to do this as a person. I will legitimately sometimes feel the bottom of my bed to make sure a snake is not in there. Now, I know one is not there, because how could it get in there? But for my peace of mind, sometimes I just have to know that it's not.
You mean under your bed?
No. You know when you get in the bed and then at the bottom of the bed oh gosh, it's giving me the creeps. You put your sheets under the bed. You know how you tuck your sheets at the foot? I have to feel I'm afraid a snake is going to be in there. It terrifies. And I'm also, if I go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I have to look in the toilet and make sure a snake is not there.
That's real.
It is real. And I know that it's real. It happened in Hueytown, not far from here. And it terrifies me, but I will legitimately, and
that will freak me out sometimes too. The toilet thing does to me.
Will jump if I have to get out of bed in the middle of the night. I will, hop out of the bed to an extent of which a snake could not come out and get me. And then when I go back to bed, I also have to hop in at a distance of which a snake could not come out and attack me. I am aware of how unlikely these things are, because a snake's not going to come out and get me. I get that. That's fine. Mentally, can't do it. I will have nightmares about rooms full of them. And I can't,
so how did Indiana Jones go for you then?
I could tell they were fake.
Okay.
So, but it truly did scare me when I went to watch it, because I knew that it was coming. And I was like, nope. Also, speaking of Indiana Jones, my boyfriend the other day had the gall in one pocket and the audacity in the other.
Oh, dear.
To tell me that The Mummy was not a good movie. Trust me, I am aware. I had a really bad,
I was rooting for him, thinking he was a good guy.
I had a migraine the other night, and that is the only thing that I can equate it to. I could not get it to go away. I could not get it to go, anywhere. I fell asleep at 8:30 on the couch. Did not wake up until 8 a.m. the next morning, although I did get up and eventually move to bed. So I was kind of in one of those like comfort phases where I was like, I just want to watch something kind of comforting, like some, just
Something that's familiar. Just have it on. I gotcha.
HBO Max has The Mummy right now. So I turned on The Mummy because honestly, cinematic genius.
I usually put on one of the Harry Potter movies.
Yes, but it was one of those times where I was like, I'm not really feeling a Harry Potter right now. Like, what else am I kind of feeling? The Mummy is also one of those. I will always watch The Mummy if it's on.
Do love
Gosh,
The Mummy.
It's such a good movie. Rachel Weisz.
Beautiful.
Oh,
I'm a librarian.
I am a librarian. I was like,
my husband loves that line too. It's hilarious.
It is he was like, not a really good movie to me. And I looked up and I said, you're dead to me. It is
it's a great movie.
Good. There was also a video not long ago of Brendan Fraser. First of all, I think he has been through some hard times. That is all I am going to say.
Yes, I do love him.
George of the Jungle is also one of my favorite movies. He also, Dudley Do Right. Gotta love it.
Encino Man.
Yeah. So one girl saw him at like a Comic-Con type of event, and she told him, she was like, oh, he has a Funko Pop that is the Mummy. And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't handle that exists right now. I can't, because that's precious. I love him in the Mummy. My feminine wiles might have evolved watching that movie, seeing Brendan Fraser. Gosh, so cute. Can't handle it. And he's so funny. I love when he picks up the cat and because he finds out that the guy is like terrified of cats, because he's like, here you go. And the white cat, he picks it up and is like, and he's gone. Cracks me up every single time. But this girl told him, and she was like, she was probably like in her mid-20s. And she was like, by the way, she was like, thank you for making my childhood. She was like, The Mummy and George of the Jungle have always been two of my favorite movies. And she was like, and they've really helped me through some really tough times. And he started to tear up, and you could tell like it genuinely, he has never known how much of a following The Mummy has. He's never, like, even though it's a freaking ride at Universal, an amazing ride also, but he said he never really knew how much The Mummy like truly meant to people. And I was like, it is one of my all-time favorite movies. Like, if you put it in a list of movies from the 90s that you had to save, like it's in the top 2 probably. Like, and the only other in there is probably Dead Poet Society. Such a good movie. Oh, Captain, My Captain. Anyways. So yeah. At least the guy didn't have those beetles in his pants from The Mummy.
Scarabs.
Oh. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this Patreon bonus episode this month. I know it's different than what we typically do, but it just seemed, I was like, you know what? Some weird news stories that are just kind of unbelievable. Sounds like a nice and a breakout from what we usually do. So
you learned to follow the TSA.
You learned TSA is never wrong, and Border Patrol.
Right.
There's that.
You learned to follow them on Instagram.
Do not impersonate a police officer while you are drunk and then accidentally pull over a police officer while you are drunk.
Don't leave your pot brownies out for your elderly mom to take to her elderly people.
Or do.
Card game. No, because then you'll get found out.
I'm here to watch the world burn. I want to see what happens, honestly.
He lost his job, Kayla.
I need the video footage from that nursing home that night, because I am telling you,
his mom.
Look, maybe she had some glaucoma, and he was like, "I'm just trying to help mom out, and this is going to be the best way to do it." And instead, here we are.
No job.
I'm just saying. Oh, well, this was another bonus episode for our Patreon fam of USBS and WTF news. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. This was definitely a fun episode for us to record for sure.
Yes.
After all of the dark things that we cover, and we just recorded the Donner Party. So
nice
definitely a good palate cleanser for this one.
That kind of was a pun. I didn't mean for it to be.
Oh God, I just got it as it came out of my mouth. I heard it. Jesus Christ. Anyways.
Oh, I'm just full of it tonight.
We will see. You are full of BS. There is that. We will see you guys here next time for another fun episode of USB. Who knows? We might do this. This might just kind of be a running theme of what we do.
You never know with us.
We never know.
I never know.
So we will see you guys here next time. Enjoy our episodes that are coming out. We have some good ones. And we also have our 1-year anniversary episode coming up. So we will see you guys then. Thank you so much for being our patrons. We greatly appreciate everything that you do for us and for donating to our show every month. It truly does help us keep this show going. So we appreciate you guys so much, and we will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.